New Concept Video Sports presents high school sporting events like no other video media outlet in the area. Watch every basketball game in 40 minutes, then download the video for free. Our sponsors make this possible. Doctors Tim and Lisa Mullally of Crown Point, Oak Partners Wealth and Retirement Management in Crown Point and Valparaiso, Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, and attorney Roy Dominguez of Maryville. This evening it's boys basketball. Bragging rights when the 4A Hobart Brickies out of the Northwest Crossroads Conference take on the 2A River Forest Ingots from the Greater South Shore Conference. The Brickies under second-year head coach Michael Brown come into tonight's action 1-3 with a victory over Boone Grove and losses to Valparaiso, Portage, and Hammond-Gavitt in overtime. The Brickies, like their football counterpart, feature a young squad led by junior and three-point specialist Caleb Banjoff. With a couple of seniors dressing, the Bricks are in a rebuilding mode of sorts, with a bright future ahead. In contrast, the River Forest Ingots are a veteran team and are led by Derek Millenkoff in his fifth season. Coach Millenkoff in his tenure has brought respectability to this new Chicago Hobart Township program, not only at the varsity level, but in winning tradition at the lower grade levels as well. The Ingots are led by senior Jalen Perkins, Jeremiah Walker, and back from a year off due to a football injury, Ryan LaFollette. Next, high school basketball when the River Forest Ingots host the Hobart Brickies in this non-conference tilt. We hope you enjoy the game. The Brickies won the tip, but before they could get into their offense, a River Forest double team and a quick Ingot foul. The inbound was tossed to junior Tyler Schultz, who turned, then fired a long deuce that bounced off the rim, and a River Forest rebound. Next, a bump foul on Schultz, so River Forest will have to restart their offense. Then it was Alex Mosqueda tossing one into the post to senior Jalen Perkins, who took one dribble, then laid it in for the first points of the game. Then a quick stop and shoot by sophomore Riley Johnston that was a bit strong, and an Ingot rebound. For the Ingots, it was Jalen Perkins again with a 17-footer and a 4-point River Forest lead. Back at the Brickies end, a drive to the bucket by Tyler Schultz that went off the bottom of the rim. But the Hobart Junior was able to corral the rebound and the putback, and the Hobart Brickies are on the board. On the Ingots' next opportunity, a turnover, and the Brickies are on the run. This time it was sophomore Riley Johnston nailing a tray from behind the arch, and Hobart has their first lead of the evening. But before you can blink an eye, another River Forest turnover. And at the Hobart end, it was Tyler Schultz again, extending the Hobart lead to 3. For the Ingots, another sloppy possession. and another River Forest turnover. For the Brickies, a drive to the basket by Tyler Schultz, who was fouled going to the basket by Jalen Perkins, and he'll head to the line for a pair. On the Ingots' next possession, a tough off-balance shot that was off the mark, and another Bricky rebound. Then a drive to the basket by Kendall McCarthy, but his shot was a bit strong. A fight for the rebound, and a Hobart foul. Next time down for the Ingots, a shot by Alex Mosqueda from the top of the key that was off the mark. Then a second chance opportunity on the Jeremiah Walker rebound and putback. That too was no good. Finally, a Hobart rebound. For Hobart on their next set, a shot by Caleb Bagshaw that bounced off the rim but didn't fall. Then on the rebound attempt, a Bricky foul, and the ball will go over to the Ingots. But on the possession, another River Forest turnover, followed by a drive to the hoop, a Euro step, and a foul on Moises Montez will put Tyler Schultz to the line for a pair. On the Ingots' next possession, it looked like they were going to come up empty again. Then a loose ball that was picked up by Jalen Perkins, who laid it in. And that was the first River Forest score in a while. On the Brickies' next set, a loose ball, an Ingot foul, and Hobart will have the ball out from the side. Then a one and done for the visitors, and a River Forest rebound. Then on their next offensive opportunity of the night, it was Ryan LaFalo taking it to the stripe before dumping it off to Eric Price Jr. and the easy bucket, and a timeout on the court. We would like to thank our sponsors for making today's game and your free download possible. Doctors Tim and Lisa Mullally of Crown Point, Oak Partners Retirement Management of Crown Point and Valparaiso, Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, and attorney Roy Dominguez of Maryville. Following the timeout, the Ingots have the basketball in another tough offensive set when a shot from the baseline was short and a Cameron Stojancic rebound. For Hobart, a soft 8-footer that went off the rim. Then a second chance opportunity, but an intercepted pass and taking it to the hole was Moises Montez, and the Ingots retake the lead. Next, a 5-second call and River Forest will have the final shot of the period. Then it was Alex Mosqueda who drove the middle of the lane, split two defenders, and laid it in. Following one period of play here at Bill Logan Gym in Hobart Township, it's the River Forest Ingots 12 and the Hobart Brickies 9. Back with second quarter action after this from Oak Partners Retirement Management in Crown Point and Valparaiso. Oak Partners Incorporated in Crown Point and Valparaiso provide comprehensive investment consulting services with the goal of increasing their clients' wealth and protecting their financial future through professional guidance with a personalized investment strategy. The staff at Oak Partners believes that investing in today's markets require discipline, knowledge, and professional experience, and they have their clients' trust to deliver prudent advice and help maximize their returns. To open second quarter action, it didn't take long for the Ingots to open their largest lead of the evening when Kyle Moore locked it on a tray from the right corner and nailed it. giving the Ingots a 6-point lead. For the Hobart Brickies, a baseline shot that came up a bit short, and the River Forest rebound. Next, it was Ingot senior Ryan LaFollette. Driving to the hooper, he was fouled on the attempt and will head to the strike for 2. Trailing by 7 now, Hobart got the ball down quickly, and driving the lane for the Brickies was Caleb Banjoff, who was fouled. And he'll have a couple free throws of his own to try to cut into the River Forest modest lead. Down quickly were the Ingots, and again knocking down the three-pointer was senior Kyle Moore Jr. For the Bricks, another one and done, and the Ingots are on the attack again. Next, a shot attempt by Jalen Perkins. Then a 50-50 ball that was gathered in by the Ingot senior, who then went up for the shot and was fouled. This time with River Forest in possession. A couple of shots and a possession arrow call will give the ball back to Hobart, who needs to break their mini-scoring drought. The Brickies are getting to the basket in this quarter, but their shots are not falling. And another River Forest rebound. Quickly, the Ingots got the ball to Savon Harding, who put up a wild shot that hit the bottom of the rim. But what's setting these two teams apart early in this game are the second chance opportunities the Ingots are getting. And now heading to the stripe is Jalen Perkins for another pair of free throw attempts. Hobart moved the ball around a bit on their next possession before Riley Johnston took the pass at the left elbow and dropped in the 14-footer. This time, the Brickies added a little full-court pressure, and once past the timeline, a 5-second call on the Ingots will give the ball back to the visitors, and a nice defensive stop that Hobart needed. The Brickies capitalized on the Ingots' turnover when Caleb Banjoff took the pass behind the arch and nailed the tray all in one motion, and the lead is at single digits again. Then another Ingot turnover, and the Brickies can get closer. Next, a shot for Hobart from downtown that was off the mark, and the ball went out of bounds and awarded to River Forest. The Ingots converted on their next possession when Alex Mosqueda drove to the basket, attracting 3 defenders, leaving Eric Price all alone in the corner. And he splashed in the long deuce, and the lead is at 9 again. The Brickies on their next possession scored on a nice play when freshman Anthony Williams took the pass and laid it up between three defenders and softly dropped it in off the glass. On the Ingots' next set, an Alex Mosqueda pass that fell into the hands of Hobart's David Brown, who then got it quickly to Caleb Banjoff, and he hesitated, then laid it in, and the River Forest lead is at 5. Then a bump foul on Hobart, their 7th, and Alex Mosqueda will head to the line for a 1-in bonus. For Hobart on their next possession, an unforced turnover will give the ball back to River Forest. Following uneventful possessions for both teams, a foul was called on the Ingots, and with each team in the bonus, Kendall McCarthy will have a chance to cut into the River Forest 7-point lead. On the Ingots' next set, Eric Price lost control of the basketball and was tied up for a possession arrow call, and will stay at this end of the floor, and the ball will belong to River Forest. This time, the Ingots came away with nothing on an Alex Mosqueda charging foul, and the Hobart Brickies have the opportunity to get a bit closer in this one. Next, a nice bounce pass from Caleb Banjoff to Anthony Williams, and the River Forest lead is down to only 4. But before River Forest could get into their offense, a bump foul on Hobart will send Moises Montez to the line for a 1-in bonus. Then a River Forest defensive stop, and the Ingots have a chance to extend their lead. On this next sequence, a couple River Forest attempts that were no good, followed by a traveling violation, and Hobart will have the basketball again. Next, a possession arrow call, and the ball will stay with the Brickies. This time, the Brickies missed on 3 offensive opportunities, and the River Forest rebound. The half is history, and so far it's what we expected, with the River Forest Ingots leading the Hobart Brickies 27-23 at the half. Back with second half action following this from Drs. Tim and Lisa Mullally of Crown Point.
Hello, my name is Dr. Tim Mullally.
And I'm Dr. Lisa Mullally.
We're the founding members of Indiana Sports and Medical Science Institute out of Crown Point, Indiana.
We offer both family practice services and sports medicine services. We see patients from age newborn all the way through geriatrics. If you're in need of a sports medicine physician or just a family doctor, give us a call today. We have same-day appointments. We hope to hear from you.
The Ingots have possession to open third period of play, and receiving the ball, then taking it hard to the hole was Jalen Perkins before dishing off to Jeremiah Walker, who was fouled on the shot. And with 5 seconds gone in the third, we'll head to the line. On Hobart's first possession, the Brickies got the ball inside to 6'5" junior Trevor Underdahl, who took one dribble, then dropped it in softly. Leading by only 4, it was Jalen Perkins with the drive, spin move and bucket, and now the Ingots lead by a half a dozen. Next, for the Bricks, it was right back to Underdahl, who attracted a crowd this time, leaving David Brown alone, and he proceeded to grab his own miss, then knocked it in. On the inbound, a quick Hobart foul, and the Ingots will have the ball out from the side. Next, a little Moises Montez one-on-one with Caleb Bainjoff before Montez got the step, drove to the paint, then a bounce pass later, a Jadon Hernandez basket. Back for Hobart, Riley Johnston took a 15-foot jumper, but his shot was rejected and picked up by Moises Montez, who found Jalen Perkins in the corner. But on the drive to the hoop, he met Caleb Bainjoff, who took the charge. And now the Brickies have a chance to cut into that 6-point lead. Following trips up and down each end of the court, a foul away from the ball on Jadon Hernandez, and the Bricks will have the ball out from the side. Then being left all alone with no defender within 5 feet, Tyler Schultz locked it on a tray and knocked it down. Next, a drive to the hoop, a missed shot and another second chance opportunity that paid dividends this time. When Alex Mosqueda received the pass in the corner and hit a three-pointer, and a Mike Brown timeout. We would like to thank our sponsors for making today's game and your free download possible. Doctors Tim and Lisa Mullally of Crown Point, Oak Partners Retirement Management in Crown Point and Valparaiso, Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, and attorney Roy Dominguez of Maryville. Following the timeout, the Bricks, still trailing by 6, had possession. Once down court, the basketball found the hands of David Brown, who fired a silencer from behind the arch and found nothing but the bottom of the net. Next for the Ingots, a tough miss by Jeremiah Walker, and the Brickies have a chance to get within a point or possibly tie this contest. The Brickies had a few opportunities on that next sequence that came up empty. So with a little over 3 minutes left in the third, the Ingots would like nothing better than to make this more than a one-possession contest. Getting the ball down quickly, Alex Mosqueda took the handoff, drove the baseline and tossed up a floater that missed its mark. Then at the other end, it was Caleb Bainjoff who was called for an offensive push-off to stop the action. Next, a good defensive stance by the Brickies, a rebound, and a pass to Riley Johnston on the run, who went right at his defender and laid it in. A nice play by the Brickies sophomore. For the River Forest Ingots, a tough shot attempt over a taller defender that came up a bit short, and Hobart has possession. After all of that, an ingot foul, and the Brickies will have the basketball. Every time Hobart gets within striking distance, they shoot themselves in the foot. This time, a Bricky pass was intercepted by Alex Mosqueda, and he took it all the way to the hoop to keep the Ingots up by 3 points. Once again, before you can blink an eye, it was Tyler Schultz firing in a 17-footer. So with 40 seconds left in the third, we have a 1-point game. Finally, with 5 seconds left in the period, Jalen Perkins dropped in a tray to end the quarter. After 3 periods of play, River Forest leads Hobart 41-37. Back with fourth quarter action following this from Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso and Maryville attorney Roy Dominguez. Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops. Located in Maryville, the law office of Roy Dominguez offers compassionate, caring representation in personal injury and criminal defense. If you or someone you love has been injured, you can be sure the law office of Roy Dominguez will help alleviate some of the difficulties you are facing. Attorney Roy Dominguez wishes all Northwest Indiana athletes the best of luck this season. Trailing by 4, the Hobart Brickies have the ball to open fourth quarter play. Then a good look three-pointer by Riley Johnson that was a bit strong. A fight for the loose ball that went out of bounds and will be awarded to the Ingots. At the River Forest end of the court, it was Alex Mosqueda beating his defender off the dribble, then taking it to the hoop with a little resistance. And now the home team leads by 6. Following a Hobart timeout, the Brickies have the basketball, but an unforced turnover gave the ball right back to the Ingots. On River Forest's next opportunity, it was Ryan LaFollette driving to the hole, but his shot was defended well this time, and a Bricky rebound. Next time down for the Bricks, a Riley Johnston shot that went off the rim, but David Brown kept it alive with the rebound and put back where he was fouled, and he'll head to the line for 2. With Hobart pressuring the inbound, the ball was tossed into Alex Mosqueda, who quickly got it to Jalen Perkins, and he took it to the hoop, and that was just too easy. Next for Hobart, a shot that was off the mark, a fight for the rebound, then a loose ball and a Mike Brown timeout. Following the timeout, the ball was given to the Brickies, and they'll have it out from underneath their own goal. The ball was tossed into David Brown, whose initial attempt was blocked. Then a traveling violation will give the ball back to the home team. This time a tray that bounced off the rim that Ryan LaFollette was able to grab. Then a pass to Kyle Moore, and on the post-up, a basket and 1. finally, it was Hobart's Riley Johnston with the tray from downtown, and the Brickies needed that. Next for the Ingots, a one and done, and the Bricks had a chance to cut the lead to one possession. Back for River Forest, another bump foul, so Alex Mosqueda will head to the line for a one and bonus. At the Hobart end of the court, a missed opportunity. Then for the Ingots, an Alex Mosqueda charging foul. So the Brickies will have the basketball. Then in one of the better sequences of the evening, some nice ball movement by Hobart. Then a bullet pass from Riley Johnston to Anthony Williams underneath, and he laid it in with ease. And we have a 5-point game with 3.5 minutes left in this one. Then a turnover on the inbound, so the Brickies will have another offensive opportunity. This time, a Riley Johnston tray was off the mark, but a Hobart second and third chance opportunities, followed by an Ingot foul, will give the Bricks another chance, this time from underneath their own goal. On the inbound, a bounce pass from Johnston to Caleb Bainjoff, and we have a one-possession game, folks. Next for River Forest, a charging foul. And now Hobart has a chance to get within one, or possibly tie the game on their next possession. Then with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in this contest, we have a new game, folks. On Caleb Bainjoff's tray over a couple defenders. And the River Forest Ingots, who have led most of the game, is letting this one slip away. Back at this end, another Bricky foul will send Moises Montez to the charity stripe for a one and bonus. But before the attempts, the official noticed blood on Montez's shirt, so he was sent to the bench, and J. Don Hernandez will come off and shoot a couple of very important free throws. Then a nice play by Hobart, but the shot wouldn't fall, and a River Forest rebound. Once the Ingots moved the ball to the front court, Coach Milenkoff asked for a timeout with 2:15 left and leading by only a pair. We would like to thank our sponsors for making today's game and your free download possible. Doctors Tim and Lisa Mullally of Crown Point, Oak Partners Retirement Management in Crown Point and Valparaiso, Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, and attorney Roy Dominguez of Maryville. On the inbound, it was senior Ryan LaFollette doing it himself and taking it to the hole for a 4-point River Forest lead. Back down quickly came Hobart, and a nice Tyler Schultz feed to David Brown, and we have a one-possession game again. Next, almost an Ingot turnover when J. Don Hernandez was tied up, but the possession arrow was in favor of the home team. Then with $1:04 left in this one, a huge tray by Ryan LaFollette and a timeout on the floor. Hobart was playing with some desperation when on their next set, a missed shot some hustle, a saved ball that finally ended up with a Caleb Bainjoff 3, and another timeout with under a minute remaining. On the River Forest inbound, a quick foul will send Austin Baston to the line for a double bonus. We had an exciting game this evening between two well-coached teams in the Hobart Brickies and the River Forest Ingots. We hope you enjoyed the game, and thanks to our sponsors, you can download this contest for free. We would like to thank River Forest High School and Athletic Director Andy Wilgus for their hospitality. For New Concept Video Sports, this is Bob Guerrero.